Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is Monday, January 20th, Inauguration Day, Martin Luther King Day, and Bring Profar Back to SD Day. DSG's here. Just watched the National Championship. Unless Notre Dame somehow scores in 23 seconds. Big time cover by the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Huge cover.
Pretty boring college football season, but hey, congrats to Ohio State. Congrats to my guy Duncan Hume. Mike Devine, how we living as a Walmart Wolverine?
Living all right. Last year was a little bit higher energy with the Michigan Wolverines winning the Natty, but I guess we'll have to settle for a trash team winning it, trash coach, and we'll go on to next year. Honestly, kind of an underwhelming college football season, to be completely honest. Like I felt like no teams were really that great. But you know what that means, Matt? Usually when college football ends, what's right around the corner?
It's baseball season, baby, and we're seeing some big moves happening. Obviously, we're going to talk about, Caillou, Tanner Scott leaving, and he's a free agent. More power to him, but he went to the Dodgers as well. They just keep adding, and we keep not doing anything, honestly. And I was thinking, I was on a walk today. I didn't have to work, which was nice. And dude, this offseason's been so fucking brutal, man. It's been so brutal. Like, they have FanFest in a week and a half. What the fuck are they going to talk about at FanFest, bro? They haven't done anything this offseason. So there's two ways to look at it. One, awful. Just like, what are we doing? Or two, they got to do something because we have 6 open 40-man position spots right now. We're signing a lot of minor league deals. We have holes to be fixed. So there's two ways to look at it. One, we haven't done shit. I'm kind of pissed. Or two, this next 3 weeks is going to get pretty fucking active because we have a lot of holes to fix on this team. Mike Devine, chat, what's up, everybody? Shout out everybody in the chat. Tell us where you're watching from. Appreciate you. Mies, honest take on January 20th about this offseason and what you think is going to go. Because I see a lot of people, some people are saying they're depressed. Some people are, I don't know.
Honestly, there's not much to say outside of it's been a disappointing offseason, Andres. Where are your rings, Madres? Nowhere to be found.
Everybody give our guy Andres some love in the chat. That was hilarious.
Hate us or love us, Andres. You watched. Hate us or love us, you watched, and we appreciate you joining today. Throw a donation in there, Andres, just because you're a fan. All throughout the offseason, it's just been negativity. Honestly, it's just been really, really everything that's could have gone for this team has gone wrong. But you know what, man? I feel like when things have gone right in the offseason for the Padres, I think when things have gone right, the team has struggled. Right? The team has not been good when we've had things go right in the offseason. Last offseason, what happened? We traded arguably the best hitter in the MLB, and it ended up working out, and we were a way better team than we were the year before. We made the playoffs. We probably should have made it further in the playoffs. We didn't. But this offseason, everything's going wrong. Listen, last offseason, the Dodgers got Shohei Ohtani, right?
Yeah.
Sky was falling. Shohei Ohtani and Yamamoto, sky was falling. Sure, they ended up winning the World Series. But besides that point, it was still a competitive league. It's still going to be a competitive league. We talked about this yesterday, I believe, when you were chilling, we were watching the NFL games. It's really good. It's not good for the Padres that the Dodgers are hoarding all this talent, mainly because they're in our division. It's going to be harder to win the division, right? It's good for baseball in the sense that everybody has a common enemy.
Yeah, everybody.
It's always good when you got the Chiefs, you had the Warriors, now you have the Dodgers. When you have a common enemy that everyone hates, it's good for a sport because next playoffs come around, everyone's going to try and take out the Dodgers. And when they lose, the jokes will go crazy on Twitter. That is what is beautiful about the Dodgers hoarding all this talent. What's not beautiful is that it's going to be a very, very difficult team to beat, and our team hasn't been doing anything to get better. So that's where it gets a little bit tricky, right?
Yeah.
But, honestly, I feel like Tanner Scott, you're giving a lefty reliever whose arm is the way he throws. It's not conducive for long-term health. You're 30 years old. We've seen what happens when you give a reliever a long-term contract.
Yeah, people were cooking me when I said it, dude. Tanner Scott had the best year of his career. He had a fantastic 2024, and luckily for him, he became a free agent. I like Tanner Scott as a dude. Seems like a nice enough dude. Get your bag, Papa. We're not paying any. The reality is, for better or for worse, we are not going to be the team that's handing out those contracts for the time being. At least this offseason, probably not next offseason. Till we find out who the fuck's owning this team, we're probably not going to be that team. That being said, it sucks he went to the Dodgers, but at the end of the day, there's only like 2 teams in baseball right now that can afford a contract like that. Who's paying relievers that money? It's the Mets and the Dodgers. There's 2 teams that are handing out those deals right now. Is that good for the sport? I don't know. But, hey, I think, Mike, honestly.
Are you mad about losing Caillou? Are you mad about using?
Dude, Tanner Scott's nasty. I would have loved. I'd rather have Tanner Scott than Robert Suarez, 100%.
Yeah, no, I would too. But it's like
someone said Tanner Scott is white Yuki. That's insane.
Hey, Rylan, thanks so much. The Dodgers can take let's click on that super chat. Dodgers can take only one playoff spot. Rylan knows.
Rylan, you know ball, brother. Hey,
and also appreciate the donation. Means a lot. But yeah, Rylan, you know ball. Listen. Baseball is a hard sport. Regardless of what happens, you have to win a 7-game series. You look at, the Guardians last year, right? Some fluke shit can happen. The best closer that we've seen in the last decade has an absolute stinker, completely tanks their playoff, right?
Yeah. I mean, he had multiple stinkers.
That's what I'm saying. Like a complete stinker of a postseason.
Yeah.
Crazy shit can happen in the playoffs. It's a 7-game series. It's a 5-game series. Anything can happen.
Yeah,
if
baby.
The Dodgers put together 3 straight stinkers in a NLDS, right? Against the Padres, against the Phillies, whoever it is, the Braves, right? There's some good teams in the NL.
Bro.
Our over-under being set at 89.5 this year is crazy, though. I have no idea how this team is going to reach 89.5 wins.
So this is, I watched a video today. And shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got 100+ people in here from the YouTube. We got a bunch of people on Twitter. Appreciate all of you guys, honestly. Let's stop worrying about the team up north. Let's start worrying about the pods. Honestly, I think we're over. Hey, January 20th. Obviously, with the Dodgers making the moves, they're going to be the subject of discussion. That being said, I'm kind of over talking about them. I kind of am just like let's move on.
Listen,
man.
It's hard. I agree. We should move on. It's hard to not talk about them just because every single move outside of Santander today has been revolving around them. So it's like when all these things are transpiring in the league, it's hard not to talk about them. But yeah, I agree. Yeah. We got to look ahead, not where we're at right now.
Absolutely. But that's what I'm saying. I feel like they're probably done for the offseason. If they do some other shit, whatever. Let's talk about the pods. Right now, we have lost Tanner Scott. We've lost Martin Perez. We've lost Kyle Higashioka, Donovan Solano. Those are 4 guys. That are not on our team.
For sure. There's still a couple people that haven't signed.
Well, bro, did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I know. We've lost them. I understand what you're saying. I was just saying that, right now, our team is still missing a couple piees. Was that parlaying into what you were about to say?
I was going to finish, my thought. But
yeah, my bad. It's not me.
It's all good. So my point is this. We've lost some guys, so we have some holes to fill. Right now, a big hole, 7 WAR combined, is Jurickson Profar and Ha-Seong Kim. What is stopping this team, other than the fact that they don't have any money, from re-signing these guys?
So, one, I'm not sure. Do we want to dangle the behind the scenes that we have when it comes to one of these players?
I'll say it. Yeah. Also, sorry if we had some tension there. If someone's like off-season tension in the DSG, you could tell that no moves are being made. We're at each other's throats.
We have
inside sources. Inside sources.
Tell your bosses to spend some money.
AKA the person himself that Profar hasn't even been offered by the Padres yet.
Yeah.
The Padres, I'll give a little credit due. They went all after Roki. They offered Roki, $10 million compared to the other teams who were giving him $6 million. Roki fucking chose LA. Fuck that guy. It happens. Now, you still need a fucking roster. Just because you messed out on one guy doesn't mean the offseason's over. You have a roster to fill out. You have, like Ryland said, one playoff spot's filled. There's 5 more that you can, or 3 wild card spots. You need to figure out a fucking way to round out this roster. And you got to figure it out quick, because right now, with the amount of, F war that we're losing between the Higgy, between, even a guy like Martin Perez, losing him is fucking crazy. We have innings to be filled. We have Campy's going to be, an everyday catcher in the MLB and be good. Hasn't shown that yet. We have a lot of fucking holes, man. So AJ Preller, I respect you going after Roki. Didn't work out. What are you going to do next? If these fucking 2 dipshit brothers don't allow him to spend money, they got to start fucking trading, and they need to start trading every piece that's not going to come back, which is Dylan Cease, which is Luis Arraez, which is, unfortunately speaking, a Michael King type. And I know people don't want to hear it, but guys, that's what's going to happen. You have to realize we need to either fucking bite the bullet and be like, yo, our fucking bullshit brother owners are dipshits, and we need to build up that farm, because I want to see a competitive baseball team for the rest of the 2020s. Listen, if you build up that farm and you trade a guy, Dylan Cease is not re-signing with the San Diego Padres.
No, I'm aware of that. I think also, you can.
We're not getting Trevor Bauer, guys. No thanks. There's a reason why he's down in the bigs.
Yeah. I agree with you. Dylan Cease isn't re-signing. I also agree Michael King's probably not re-signing. If you're taking a guy to arbitration before his contract year, over $1 million.
Boys, dude.
Yeah, the one thing about Profar, obviously we have the inside source. He wants to come back to the Padres. He wants to be a Padre. He said he's waiting on the contract, essentially. And it hasn't been offered. Now, what happened with Blake Snell last year? Same thing. What happened with Blake Snell this year? Same thing. When you're not offering contracts to guys that are going to make your team better,
that also want to be in San Diego.
Yeah, and it's going to trickle out through the league. It's going to be hard to get free agents to come through if you continuously stop paying your guys. Now, Matt, we do have 3 super chats that we should touch base on.
We're going to get to the super chats. And Mike, real quick, this shit and chat. We're high VAR guys. We said it. Hey, we'll let you go after Roki. We didn't get Roki. We are 15, 25 days away from pitchers and catchers reporting. This is half a baseball team. We don't even have we're not even 75% of a baseball team right now. It's a joke, dude. What the Padres have done is an absolute joke. And we're positive. And I know we like making jokes that we're team employees. Brother, trust me. 1, not team employees. 2, I'm going to cook these guys when they need to be cooked. Right now, they need to be fucking cooked. You were a World Series contender, and all you do this offseason is go after some fucker that picks your rival team. Then you have hole after hole after hole, and you're just sitting there on your fucking hands while Profar is probably going to sign with someone else. And all of the other fucking talented free agents are going to sign with someone else. And we're going to pray for Tirso Ornelas fucking MVP season. Tirso Ornelas is not Jack Samaro, guys. I hope Tirso Ornelas is going to be good. It's not like he's going to go in and be a 25 home run guy. I'm praying he is a Major League Baseball player. If he could stay in the bigs and be a guy off the bench, like a David Peralta cat from last year, that would be the dream. But Tirso Ornelas is 25 and has never played in the major leagues. Right now, the San Diego Padres are not a World Series contender with what they're doing. And it's pissing me off, and it should piss everybody in the chat off. FanFest is in fucking 15 days. I was thinking about this the other day. The Padres, Peter's legacy is getting fucking shit on right now by his brothers, to be completely honest. And the only way you could show, hey, this is what we need to do. We need an action plan. We need AJ Preller to say, hey, right now, 2025, we're going to retool. We're going to trade these guys. We went for it in 2024. Didn't work out for whatever reason. Musgrove's hurt. Retool. Get ready for 2026. Get some controllable pieces with potential, like trading Cease for Heston Kierkegaard, like shit like that. Because right now, if you don't do anything and you have a mid-ass team with the stars we have and you go 82-80, that's the worst possible thing that could happen.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the super chat. Sorry.
Let's get into the super chats. We got 4 now.
I apologize.
Yeah. So if you can click on LV Padres, should we trade Suarez and who would you like for him? I think the best package that you can do for Robert Suarez is if you package him with Cease, you could get a lot of return. Matt, I'm with you. I think we talked about this on Friday too when the news dropped on Roki signing with LA. Gearing up for 2026, sometimes there's such thing as addition by subtraction. It happened last year with the Padres. We filled in some of those holes on cheap contracts. You can do it again. If you think about it, who wasn't on the team by opening day last year? Dylan Cease wasn't on the team.
Yeah.
Luis Arraez wasn't on the
sort
team.
Of. Dylan Cease was like, we were in that weird career.
Yeah, same day of.
I know what you mean. It was, he didn't do any spring training with us.
Right. So you can add by subtracting. If it means that you clear up some cap space and it gets you Profar back, you have to. If there's one thing you do in this offseason, you have to get Jurickson Profar back. Because I'll tell you right now, Matt, last year was not a fluke. He's going to go somewhere else in the NL. He'll go to Atlanta and he'll ball. And then guess what happens? We're going to be stuck. Not stuck. Sorry, I don't want to say stuck. Maybe Tirso ends up being a decent player. But we're going to be like, Jurickson Profar put up 4 WAR again for $13 million, and we're sitting with Tirso hitting 230 with a 7 home run OPS. Like, what are we doing? Why are we not? He wants to be a Padre. He wants to retire a Padre. He loves Tatis. He loves Manny.
His fucking family is ingrained in Coronado. His son, Kyrie, is everywhere. Guys, we talk about VAR, and I know we like to make like jokes and stuff. It's a real fucking thing. I know it doesn't show up on the stat sheet. It's a real thing. There's a reason why Tatis plays better when Profar's there. There's a reason why the team gels better. There's certain players that are glue pieces to teams like this. Jurickson Profar is one of them. Tony Gwynn was one of them. Trevor Hoffman was one of them. And I know Profar's not a Hall of Famer, but there's certain guys that make the cog go. And Profar is that guy for San Diego. I think he plays better in San Diego. He's more comfortable in San Diego. The Dodgers fans fucking hate Profar. There's something about him that he's a Padre. And if you don't pay this motherfucker, and then you also take Michael King, who was almost a Cy Young candidate last year, to arbitration over $1 million, you are a fucking joke of an owner. Those two brothers, who aren't even real people, I swear to God, if someone can take a picture with them, if they're at FanFest and you take a picture,
they won't be. And let's get into these other super chats here
real quick. Sorry about that. Thank you, LV Padre. I would 100% trade Robert Suarez. Just honestly, I would trade him.
Marco.
And I would trade him to a team that needs a closer like the Cubs. Marco, my guy. Shout out Marco, man. One of my favorite dudes in the chat. Thank you for the donation, brother. I appreciate you. David Leland, Davey Sports. What's up, baby? We beat him in the NLDS. Guys, that's what I'm talking about. Guys, baseball, the thing that's pissing me off on Twitter these days.
Man, everyone's like, oh my God. You're in vet mode today.
Yeah, dude, fuck it. Sometimes you got to let it out. People on Twitter, the baseball's ruined. I'm not going to watch for the next 5 years. Shut up. I'm not going to watch baseball. One, the Padres play the Dodgers like 11 times in the regular season. Okay, don't watch those games if you don't want to watch. Breaking news, we'll probably go fucking 5-6 or 6-5 because that's usually how it goes. Secondly, just because one team signed a fucking 30-year-old reliever and a pitcher from Japan who's never thrown an inning in Major League Baseball and throws 103 and is like 14 pounds, that doesn't mean they automatically win the World Series. You don't win World Series in the offseason. So if you're going to stop watching baseball because of that, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Dave, you're 100% right. Get pro and a catcher. Guys, if you are brothers with Peter Seidler and you want to continue his legacy, and all you have done is absolute jack shit, and you're going to let Profar go, you think Peter has pro already signed? Absolutely. You think extension for Mike King? Absolutely. Yeah. Guys, this is the difference. And guess what? We might not have the same money as the Dodgers. We might not have, but that being said, if you don't have the money like that, you got to be creative. We have a creative GM.
Yeah. Well, let's touch on Drew and Brady's super chats, and then I have a point as well. Drew, thank you so much for the donation.
Thank you, Drew. You're the man.
Great content. We're keeping him coming this year. We're being very consistent with these. We're going to be dialed in for the year, and we appreciate everybody showing up in the chat and touching base with us. Brady,
The amount of content that's coming from this fucking duo right here, and more people, in-person content. We might even throw a party before one of the games during opening weekend, guys. This is going to be an all-time DSG year. Now we just need the dipshit brothers and whoever is in charge right now to invest even a little bit. You don't even need to sign Alex Bregman. I'm talking get us Profar and a fucking Major League Baseball catcher. Make a trade for a catcher. Trade Robert Suarez for a fucking catcher. Give me a guy that can play with Campy. Because Campy, I love you, brother. I don't think Campy has shown me enough that I'm confident with him being a starting catcher on a team that is supposed to have World Series aspirations.
Yeah, I mean, no, 100%. Listen, first off, Brady.
Brady, thank you, bro.
This is a generational Matt crash out, and it's one for the ages.
Sorry.
I agree. I mean, like, honestly, the way it stands right now, this team's not winning a championship. And the argument is everyone's making is, oh, well, you can't trade Dylan Cease or Michael King or Robert Suarez because Manny and Xander aren't getting any younger. Okay, well, if that's the case, go spend some fucking money and fix the team. Because, like, if you don't, you're standing still. The team's just going to get worse. There's no changes that have been made in a positive light. Okay, we got Mike Brousseau on a minor league deal. Hooray. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? We haven't made any moves. It's getting a little bit worrisome because it's, coming up on the end of January, February's spring.
Got to make some moves, bro. This is too late.
But it's not too late. It's not too late. Okay, sorry. I disagree. There's still some names out there on the market.
It's getting spooky.
It's getting spooky. But I don't think that this team is that far away from being competitive. Like, I don't think
I completely agree.
I think that the moves are kind of minor that need to be made, but they just got to.
What do you think the moves are?
I think you got to bring back Profar. I think you got to sign Ha-Seong Kim to a 1-year deal. Prove it. Listen, he's comfortable in San Diego. He's clearly not going to get the money that he was looking for. That's pretty evident. Like, it's not happening. It would have happened by now if he was. And especially with the report coming out, he's not going to be ready by opening day. He's not getting a big contract. It's not going to happen this year.
Yeah.
Give him a 1-year deal for $10 million or something. Let him come back, get healthy, and then play on the pods. Listen, he's a fan favorite. He's going to come back. He's a guy to add to the team. We kind of have a hole at shortstop. Who's going to play shortstop? So
you sign Kimmy, you have him start at short when he's healthy. You do Xander at second and then Jake at first. What do you do with the rise, DH?
That's a tough one.
Dude, I feel like I honestly think Preller's about to make some fucking crazy moves in the next 2 weeks. Because I really do think not even just some money.
I mean, he has to make moves. So it's like, of course he's making.
We have to make some trades, bro. And our farm is not great. We're in a weird spot right now, man. We're in a weird
spot. Somebody earlier in the chat asked what Caton is. It is a sick apparel company, kind of like surf apparel. Send us some hats. Really appreciate it. So I just wanted to shout them out as well. Go check out their website. They got some banger hats.
Yeah. Shout out Kane, bro. We're both rocking it. They sent us some merch. They're dope. Why are we paying Bogaerts $25 million? Guys, I was talking to Mies about this contract today, and this is a generationally bad contract that truthfully, I wish I could look at it with the bright side. But his contract is really bad. Not only has he declined as a player every year in San Diego so far and just hasn't been that good. He is under contract for a long time and he's $25 million a year for like another 8 years. That's fucking awful. That's awful. That is the type of contract where I hate to say it. If you were to trade an Ethan Salas or a Leo DeVries, or you get your farm system, we got to get someone. Hey, we're going to need to get out of that Xander fucking contract. Xander will figure your shit out. Hey, Xander Bogaerts is the key.
Matt.
If Xander even can be a 780 OPS guy with decent defense, we'll be off his case. That being said, he hasn't shown shit in San Diego. I think he's just sometimes you're washed. He looks washed. I'm trying.
Disagree.
Mike.
I disagree. Listen, man, I'm going to give you some radical optimism here. I said this yesterday, actually, in our friend group chat. But like, really, when you think about it, the expectations for a guy signing that contract were sky high, right? maybe Xander's not that guy for the everyone. No one's arguing that Xander isn't a player or is a player that's worth $280 million. He's not. Is he worth 160 million? 180 million? I think he is. He had a down year last year. There's no denying it.
Let's look at his stats.
Dude put up 5 WAR in 2023.
That's a good point.
Just because he had a bad year last year, he had a down year. It's pretty obvious. Now, if he does that 2 times in a row, cause for concern. But people expected him when he came in because he signed that big contract to be like a 7 WAR jump off the page player. That's just not who he is. He's a consistent baseball player. The issue is that he was a really tough watch last year. He doesn't hit a lot of home runs. That's the issue.
He looks like, guys in the chat, I wonder if you agree with me. It looks like he genuinely is in pain when he plays baseball. Like, he hits the ball so soft. Even his home runs are soft. Like, and I don't have anything. And Julio, thank you so much for the chat, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, dude, even if you're a Dodgers fan, bro, hey, this is just ball talk. I know some of them don't like us, but we just like baseball. You guys are in a really good spot. I'm a little jealous, to be completely honest.
Yo, Matt, I have a point to bring up. And first off, Julio, appreciate that donation. Means a lot. Appreciate you jumping on, even with the rival fan bases. But when it comes to Xander, Matt, let me give you a little stat here.
Yeah.
There was one season that he had on the Red Sox that he had a higher amount of WAR than he had I'm looking at Fangraphs, not Baseball Reference.
That's the issue. We gave a fucking bum a huge contract.
But 4.6 WAR in 2023 is really good, dude. What are you talking about, Matt? He's not going to be Juan Soto. He's not going to be Mike Trout.
No, that's the issue.
Why?
Because he's going to be 32 this year, Mike.
I'm saying the contract is bad. The contract, let me get my point in.
The contract's awful, bro.
Let me get my point in. Can I get my point in?
Yeah, of course.
All right, man. Jesus. I'm saying the contract is bad. You got to get 4 to 5 solid years out of him, and we're in business. Now, is that going to happen? We have 1 out of 2 so far that we have had a good year. He has a long time coming. Is he going to age gracefully as a player? Who knows? But you can't make that determination yet. No one's saying that he's going to be a good baseball player when he's 37 years old or 38 years old. Not a lot of people are, okay? Manny might actually be because it's kind of the way he looks when he ages. He kind of strikes you as that guy that's going to be a little Beltre-esque. Xander's not, okay? That's fine. If you can get 4 consistent solid years out of him when Manny's aging in his prime, that is like what you paid him for. You didn't pay him for his 40-year-old year. We are aware of that. You got to stop worrying about fucking 8 years down the road or 7 years down the road. Care about now. If he puts up 3 to 4 WAR this year, that's worth $25 million in my opinion. So just take it year by year before freaking the fuck out over the guy 8 years from now. That's what you have to do.
Hey, real talk. Respect. Hey, I'll put my hand up. Mees, you were hitting it. A lot of people are saying Xander's washed. Guys, I agree.
We'll see.
Mees, hey, it's good to have this back and forth, man. People are saying he's not getting 4 WAR.
Okay, Sam, you got it 2 years ago. Who's to say he's not going to get it this year? People have down years, everybody. Shit happens.
Who do we have at third base? Manny will play third base for a couple more years.
Matt, the one thing that you cannot say about Xander Bogaerts, and the reason why I like him, is because he cares. You cannot say he doesn't care.
You better care if you're making 25 mil and have like a 600 OPS.
You'd be surprised. Some people don't.
That's true.
You'd be surprised.
At least he cares. Him and he doesn't just have a podcast.
He's not a fat cat. He's not a fat cat. You know who has a podcast now and he's still getting paid by the pods? Redacted. Hosmer. Okay? Clearly didn't care. Redacted.
Oh, man, dude. All right. Hey, shout out Rylan. Xander still has that dog distrust. Guys, Xander's cooked. Xander's a polarizing cat. I'm going to say this. January 20th, Mike Devine. How much WAR does Xander put up, F-WAR, in 2025?
On record? Record, F-WAR, Xander Bogaerts puts up 2.8.
And do you consider that a good season?
If Xander Bogaerts puts up 2.8 WAR for the Padres, do I think he's worth $25 million? No. Do I think that given the landscape of contracts, he's worth around $20 million? Yeah. And you know what, Matt? If he puts up 2.8 WAR and he hits, say, 17 to 18 home runs, I'm going to consider that a good season. Okay.
Who do you
think? You got to think about
gun to your head. Gun to your head, Mike. Gun to your head. Who has a better season in 2025? And Chad, I want to hear you too. Who has a better season in 2025? Jake Cronenworth or Xander Bogaerts?
Xander Bogaerts. Are you kidding? Jake Cronenworth is not half of the player. Let's be for real here, man. Let's be fucking honest. Jake Cronenworth is a cool guy. He's a great defender. He is not half of the player that Xander Bogaerts is.
It's a lot. The chat is a lot. It's like every other right now. It's Xander, Jake, Xander.
Guys, we have to be serious. This is a serious show.
Hey, it is. Jake is actually watched. Hey, well, shout out Jake. Hey, let's get the vibes up a little bit. Let's get the vibes up a little bit. Mies has to dip in a sec. I'll stay on for a little bit. Jake Cronenworth got married, man. Hey, shout out Jakey. Let me share my screen real quick. Hey, good for Jake Cronenworth getting married. Maybe, hey,
married Cron.
Maybe for a wedding gift, Mike. Maybe for a wedding gift. We show him Chicago. We package Cronin Robert Suarez, and we trade him to Chicago. Hey, real talk though. Congrats to Jake. We need him to fucking hit, bro. We need him to hit, and we need him to figure it out. Like I don't know, bro. That's if you're saying worst contracts that the Padres have right now. What is it?
On a list,
definitely, bro.
On a list,
it's got to be number one, Xander.
All right, I'll give you it. I'll give you this.
I'll say number one, Xander. Number two, honestly,
I know what you're gonna say.
Yu Darvish, maybe.
Ooh, I was gonna say Manny.
Because we gave Yu Darvish that contract because we thought we had Roki in the bag.
No, I think Yu Darvish. I think Yu Darvish is.
Well, Hosmer doesn't count.
Yu Darvish is so
Hosmer's
underrated.
Contract. I guess if you guys are counting that, but
Yu Darvish is so underrated, man. Like that guy. Listen, you look at some of these pitchers. Sure, maybe Yu Darvish won't be that great in 2027, which I think is his last year. But he pitched well last year, and if he stays healthy, he's going to pitch well again. Yu Darvish is a pretty solid pitcher, man. That's a good guy to have. I would say it goes.
Yeah, we got some bad deals, bro. We got some bad contracts on this team right now.
Number one, clearly Xander. Number two, second Machado extension, probably, just given the fact the last 6 years are going to be just
like $38 million, and he's like 40.
Yeah, it's a backloaded old contract. And then number three, I'll probably go with Cron. I would say just I don't know. Actually, Cron's deal is not that bad. It's not that bad.
You know what? You know what just pisses me off, bro? Yeah, my VAR's low tonight. Sorry, guys.
My VAR is crazy low tonight. Crazy.
Well, guys, you know why? Honestly, you know why? Because this whole offseason we've just been getting shit on, and I honestly don't know if ownership really gives a fuck. I think AJ Preller cares, but if he's not allowed to do anything, well, it sucks, dude. You know, you could be high VAR, but you also can say, hey, you know, if you really love the team, I want us to make some fucking moves. I want us to do something, even if it's trading a good piece to get better for next year, or figuring some shit out.
Before I take off, I have a question for you, and this is a real question. Would you trade Dylan Cease just to get the juices flowing because you need a move? Because it's been so stagnant. Are you let's just trade him just so that I can get the blood flowing? We need a passing notification more than anything on this earth.
Every notification over the last 4 months has just been bad news, bro. There hasn't been one good fucking there hasn't been one good thing. It's like the article from 2 weeks ago. I'm like, oh dude, big news story about the Pods. Our owners hate each other, and there's a huge legal battle. It's what, dude?
Lawsuits.
We can't do anything, man. Hey, Mies, appreciate you hopping on, man. I'm gonna rip another little bit.
Yeah, no worries. We'll call it. Catch you guys on Wednesday night. Have a great Tuesday, and see you Wednesday.
Later, baby. Sorry, my VAR's low, guys. I'll pick it up for the end of the episode. It's just real. I'm just being real, man. Honestly. Shield's the only one that could save us. I don't know, man. I love Shield, I'm starting to think, I'm looking at the Dodgers. I'm looking at, the Mets. I'm looking at some of these teams. Dodgers obviously owned by Guggenheim, which is like not even a person. It's like a fucking corporation. Steve Cohen with the Mets. I kind of want us to get sold to a fucking just billionaire, bro. Like a Steve Ballmer. We need a TV deal. We need a TV deal bad. I heard Amazon is looking at buying the rights. The fact that the Padres lost out on that TV deal, we were making like 70 mil. We're making 70 mil a year off that. We're losing like 90 mil a year now. That's a huge sum of money that we just don't have right now. So people are like, oh, why aren't the Padres spending money if they are selling out? It's awesome that we're selling out, but if we don't have that TV deal, that's huge, bro. Quintero says pods will be sold in 2 to 3 years. Hey, if I'm a billionaire, what better organization to buy than the San Diego Padres? Yeah, we have a couple contracts that probably aren't the sexiest to take on. That being said, you have a fan base, the only show in town, the only big show in town. You could go, you have a fan base that shows up, that sells out 3 straight years. The place is packed, beautiful stadium, beautiful area. It's a perfect place if you're an owner or a billionaire. I want to buy a team. Give me some guy from like Europe or some crazy or somewhere or like TJ. Yeah, give me like a Mexican billionaire to come in, take over, and just spend some fucking money, man. Because that's where baseball is now. Everybody bitches about the deferrals and stuff. The deferrals are annoying. Honestly, the deferrals are annoying. That being said, I would much rather be getting bitched at about the Padres using deferrals than the Padres not doing anything. Right? Like, how much better would our offseason be if the biggest shit we're getting online is that we're deferring contracts? Motherfucker, we're not even giving out contracts. We're not giving out contracts right now. Our only move, I think there's 5 teams in baseball that haven't made a move. It's like the fucking Rockies, the Pirates, the Padres, the Cardinals. It's a joke, dude. It's a joke. Hey, give me a Saudi Prince, bro. Honestly, hey, I'm not saying it's the most moral move, but give me a Saudi Prince. Guys, the VAR is so easy to be replicated right now. It's so easy, man. All the Padres have to do is this. David Leland posted it in the chat, and I appreciate it. 1, re-sign pro. 3 years, 36 mil. I know you might not have the money. Fucking use the credit card, bro. Someone will pay it, pick up the tab. Defer it. If other teams can do it, you could do it. Defer the money. Give me Profar back. Instantly, the lineup looks like a much, much better. Second, try to make a trade. Robert Suarez, get some guys back. Maybe get a catching prospect or a young catcher from a team. Get a guy that could play opening day as like kind of like a backup to Campy or even starting over Campy. Because right now, I don't trust that Campy and Martin Maldonado are catchers on a playoff team. Once you do those 2 things, then you can start thinking about trading Dylan Cease. You could bring in some pitchers. I know we signed a bunch of dudes to some minor league deals. Hopefully a couple diamond in the roughs there. But right now, you have to do something. And I know Preller's cooking. That's the only positive is that I know that Preller is doing some shit, man. I know it, man. Could I see Salas getting the call up? I could. Probably if he does get called up, it'd be like September. It's crazy though, man. I'm just like, dude, this has been a brutal off season, but it's still salvageable. It still is, man. But I hate, as a huge Padres fan, I think I probably in the chat too. It's just tough, bro. It's tough getting shit on, dude. Obviously the 24 innings, but like this off season has been brutal, man. We've kind of been the butt of the joke. And like and we went from a World Series contender, which I still think with some moves we are, but this last 4 months has been brutal as a Padres fan. Getting cucked on Roki Sasaki, that fucking piece of shit. We offered him $4 million more. He still had to deal with the Dodgers. Losing all these guys. Guys, it sucks, bro. It sucks, but it's salvageable, man, because we still got Toddy. We still got Merrill. We got Prime Manny. Xander can figure it out. We got shit like that. All right, I'm going to call it an app real quick. I'm going to answer some questions. Team's so valuable, bro. This is a great team. Carlos Slim, that'd be awesome. It's a great team to buy, man. Hey, real talk, look at the Dodgers, man. 2014, McCourt sells. Look at them now. This offseason blows, honestly. I was trying, and I still believe it. But it's been a brutal offseason, man. You're allowed to be, we could be the what? Hey, I ain't bitching. We could be the White Sox. We could be the White Sox. But guess what? We're not. Guys, we're close. It's not even that we have to make big moves, Jared. It's not that we have to grab Alex Bregman. It's not that we have to get Pete Alonso. I just want Profar back and like maybe a catcher. Like we have the guys. We just right now have 6 or 7 open 40-man positions that we need to fill. We got to figure some shit out right now, man. That being said, off seasons aren't when you win. This guy's crazy. All right, I'm gonna call it a net, man. We aren't asking for much, man. Hey, you should want. I think that I'm gonna end it on this. My biggest concern as a San Diego Padres fan is the fact that the 2 dudes in charge have done nothing to show us that they want to win or keep their brother's legacy alive. All I've seen from them is one, I haven't even seen their face. They haven't even gone on Ben and Woods or one of the Padres channels. They haven't done shit, dude. These guys all they were doing is a lawsuit about the team. They don't care about the baseball team. They care about the money that comes from the baseball team. They don't care about the baseball team. They're fucking Dodgers fans, bro. As a fan of a team, your owners are in a legal battle. The owners are not even a fan of the team they own. That's concerning. And it pisses me off because guess what? Peter's vision, your brother's vision, it was working. Yeah, we didn't win the World Series, but it's working. Packed out. You go to San Diego, you see brown and gold everywhere. Your brother's vision was happening. And Shield going for it, I love it. Congrats. Best of luck. But it sucks that we're going to waste an entire prime year of Manny Machado and Tatis and Merrill when he's a rookie on an affordable deal. We're going to waste a year if we don't make any moves because these 2 dipshit brothers are trying to get in charge of the team. And if God forbid they win, doesn't seem like they're going to spend any money. Got to sell the team if those 2 get in charge, man, honestly. Hey, sorry for bitching. Sorry it was a low VAR episode. Hopefully we make some moves. We'll be back Wednesday. Appreciate everybody watching. Hey, man, shout out you guys, man. I appreciate everybody. Thanks.